Hi, I'm Tammy Weiss, and what have I learned in my first semester in grad school? Well, I have learned a lot more than I thought I would. So, 25 years was a long time to be out of school, and that's when I graduated with my bachelor's in social work. And so, it's just taken a lot of brain adjustment and time adjustment with 3 kids and a husband and, working still part-time this summer in the tech department and or like 32 hours a week and trying to manage everything. It's been a bit of a challenge, but it's definitely got a lot better throughout the semester. And, one thing that's been really valuable, I realized, is that these classes, in this master's program for school librarians have been super great because they're so geared towards everything we need to know. Whereas like when I did my undergrad, there was classes I had to take that really I wasn't interested in and maybe had nothing to do with what I was going to be doing. And yet I still had to take them. Well, this isn't like that. And at least not so far. So that's been so helpful. My brain is just like a sponge ingesting all of this information. And there have been so many resources that have been so helpful. I think it's also important that we've learned about the library standards, at least generally. And then I know in our further courses, they'll just build upon that. And that's been so good. I think the e-portfolio is a really neat project and is going to be very valuable for us. And it's great how we can just build into that starting this semester to, just be our capstone experience for our master's program. So that's really great. A couple things that have been challenges for me. Um, Discussions I was a little bit embarrassed about at first of submitting my work where everyone can see it, and but I've just kind of gotten over that a bit and just like it is what it is, and I know I learn a lot from my classmates, so I really appreciate what I've learned for them. So because we're virtual, it's still a neat way to connect and learn from others. So I think that's really important. And also, the projects, I was a little bit afraid of those, that I was going to fail at those at first, but I've actually really come to enjoy them because I learn new things and it's causing my brain to be creative, which I actually enjoy. It's just maybe forcing it. And so, but no, it's been really good. And I've learned a ton through those. I think those are really valuable and will help us in our library profession. Also, one thing that's been really great is the interviews. That's been one of the things I've learned the most from. And so I've done 3 interviews through my 2 classes. 2 were librarians and 1 was a principal, and I really learned from my mentor librarian's interview that, to be indispensable is her motto, and that's just really stuck with me, and just what does that look like in my library and in my school so that, the library is indispensable and the librarian, just we're so needed and helpful and are providing the resources that are needed that they're not going to get rid of it or me. So hopefully that's the case. Also, the principal I interviewed said something very similar. She said, be helpful. And that just comes from, she also said, just going and serving and asking teachers, hey, what can I do to help? Even if it really doesn't have anything to do with library, just being willing to serve will help build the relationship. And from the relationship, then people will trust you and want to collaborate with you. So I think that was so important. She also mentioned setting up an appointment with the principal, like, and then setting up like a regular appointment and how that would be great. And I was going to plan to try to do that. But then just found out last night my principal actually resigned, which is really, really hard thing. I'm still kind of grappling with that. I'm sure the whole high school is, but hopefully whoever steps into that role, I'll be able to forge a good relationship with. And this whole class has helped me realize more how important that is. And so that will be a big focus of mine. And then it was neat when I talked to the old librarian, not the old, she's not old, but the librarian at the old library I worked at in Taiwan at my school there. From one of my other interviews, it was neat to see the changes that she's made. And she just modeled so much excitement about research, which was surprising. And I think not a very big thing that was stressed when I was there. And so it was neat to see that. And so hopefully I can have that same excitement and the students will see that. So a couple other things I've learned through the class is that I love blogging and that I didn't know that. So, and also that I can do this and that I will be able to make it through that and finish this and it will be great. So thank you so much for listening.